Good morning and welcome to an unexpected period vlog. Oh, for goodness sake. Of course, typically, just after I have filmed, not many weeks ago, my update on the contraceptive pill that I'm on. Oh, I'll just turn my light off there. Which is this one, which is Cerazette. Yesterday, it was yesterday or the day before, I think it was the day before, I started getting some really low abdominal cramps, mainly like just after masturbating, you know, because unfortunately one of the symptoms of like endometriosis and adenomyosis is you get really bad painful cramps after your orgasm, which sucks. And I started getting that again, and I was like, shoot, this is usually what happens when I get my period. And it was really bad. Like, sometimes I get a bit of pain and I'm like, oh, okay, it'll wear off after a minute. But this, I had to take ibuprofen for it. It was that bad. And I was thinking, oh gosh, like, I think I need to have a period, because usually when I started taking the pill and I was still getting my periods, that pain used to stop after I got a period. So anyway, I've kept taking my pill. Sorry, my little one's here. I kept taking my pill, and and again I had a bit of cramping last night and a little bit this morning when I woke up, and I was like, what is going on? Anyway, I went to the bathroom, just went for a pee and wiped, and I saw a little bit of like dark brown blood. And well, I've just checked my panty liner now, and sure enough there's a bit more there. So who knows whether this is even going to be a period or literally just this spotting, but I figured why not do a video anyway. And in the meantime, I need to charge my camera because it's flashing at me. But yeah, so I have no idea what's going to happen, because I have no idea what's going to happen with this period. But so far, I've already like got minor cramps. I'm going to have a little bit of breakfast, I think, and then take an ibuprofen to keep the pain away. Yeah, I'm a little worried, because if it does get bad, there's nobody at the moment who can help me with childcare. So hopefully we'll be okay, and I'll be able to just have a very easy, chill day and be able to cope with it and everything. But yeah, fingers crossed. So it is coming up to about 11:15 now. I took 2 ibuprofen, 2 Nurofen tablets around, I think, 9:10 this morning, because the cramping was kind of increasing. And that seems to have done the trick. I've got this fetching look right now, this hot lavender bag just on my stomach. Not feeling too bad. I'm just getting a bottle ready for my little one. But like, I'm feeling a bit better now. I had some spotting on my first bits, like some more brown spotting. Not really much at the moment. So as I said, I've no idea if that's going to be it, or if I'm going to start bleeding a bit more. But I haven't missed any of my pills. But what I realised is, over the last couple of weeks, I think there's been 2, possibly 3 occasions where I've forgotten to take it in the morning and I've left it until later in the day, so it's had a bit of a delay. Now I think that works fine in terms of its effect as a contraceptive, which I don't need at the moment, but in terms of like period stuff, I think that might be what's caused this. So be interesting to see. Speaking of which, actually I'm late taking it this morning, so I better do that. But I think that is why I have started bleeding, and I think it's because I've had a couple of occasions where I've ended up taking it later than I should have. So again, like, I haven't failed to take it though, so it'll be interesting to see just how heavy this period or spotting really does get. It's 1:45 now, and I'm feeling all right. Little one and I are just sitting in the living room while they play. The sun's come out now. It's lovely and sunny outside. Gorgeous and sunny, and I think I might take Munchkin and I for a little walk, just to get out and about some fresh air. As I said, I'm feeling great. Just currently reading about all this mess with the vaccine in the EU at the moment. I don't know when this video will go up. It'll probably all have been resolved by then. But at the moment, the UK is actually doing really well. Like I said, I had my vaccine just over a week ago now, and I feel fine. My arms stop hurting. The only thing is, sometimes when I lie on it at night, I can kind of feel it, like a niggle there, but that's it. It's like nothing else, and it's been fine. So I'm so pleased I had it. But I'm still thinking I'll have a relatively chill day. If we do go for a walk, I won't go too far. It's coming up to 2 PM now. I've just had some lovely noodles, which seems to be my sort of go-to period food. It's just really easy to eat, easy on the stomach. I don't know, I always lose my appetite around my period. It's kind of weird. I either lose it or I go ravenous, and like lose it at the beginning and get more hungry as it goes on. But actually my appetite's been down over the last 2 days because I think it was 2 days ago, I stupidly, I love reading, I'm a bit real bookworm, and I like to read like easy chick flicks, happy ending books, etc. that are like nice to read before you go to bed at night, like good, make you feel warm and fuzzy. And I picked up a book just on my Kindle and I was reading it and I got caught up. It was a really good story. I got caught up in it. I was reading till like 2 a.m. and then one of the main characters died and I was like, excuse me, this is like, I get emotionally involved in my stories, and I was like, I can't physically do this. I was sobbing. I was like, what's happening? I mean, it kind of ended up happily ever after because they both died and then they were in heaven and there was a scene there where they were together, blah, 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 but still, like, they died. And I was going, so I was like really shaken, and then I was awake till like 3:30, and by that point, I'd been awake too long and my nausea hit in, and so I couldn't get to sleep, and then my little one woke me up at around 8:30. So I was really tired, and then that translates to nausea throughout the day, which means I'm not hungry, and then as soon as I have one day where I'm not eating properly, like the next day is the same and same, and it's so hard to get out of it. And it's one of the things I really hate about my Lyme is the nausea and then the ongoing like lack of appetite. But anyway, slowly starting to get it back, but fingers crossed it will continue. Anyway, I think my little one is just waking up from their nap now. It's still sunny, so I think we will now go for a little walk. Just coming up to 5 o'clock now. I don't know if I filmed after I got back from my walk. I think I did. My brain always does this. But either way, I've not been in any pain since this morning, which is great. I haven't had to take any more ibuprofen or anything. I think I'm still bleeding. I can still feel a bit of blood. Oh, barely. Still, it's just basically spotting, brown spotting. So not sure how long that's going to last, but hopefully it'll be enough to stop all that cramping nonsense that was going on. I've just had a message from my mum actually to say apparently my dad's getting his vaccine on Monday, which is really, really good because they're working through all the over 70s in the UK, hopefully by mid-February. And my dad is 71, I think. Yeah, I think he's 71. And so he's in that group. So it's really great that they're doing that and they're still making progress in the UK, despite all the stuff that's been going on in Europe today. But that was really good. I also really wanted to talk a bit about a new series I'd watched, I think it was this week actually, called It's a Sin. It's so good. It's on Channel 4 if those of you in the UK, and I think it's coming to the US on HBO, but I'm not sure when it is. But it's really good. It follows the lives of like these gay men in the 80s during the AIDS pandemic when things were starting, and it's just filmed so well, and it's heartbreaking to watch. Like, I was like really shaken the rest of the day after I watched it. I'm that kind of person that gets really emotionally invested in it. I've become a little bit obsessed with Ollie Alexander after seeing that. I didn't know that he was the lead singer in Years and Years, but he's so adorable. There's also a series on BBC Three, iPlayer, where he talks about growing up gay, and he kind of goes and visits the other younger people going through it, and he's just so adorable, and you just want to give him a hug. I don't know, I always do, but I think I'm just naturally quite a nurturing person, and I just was like, oh. He's talking about all these difficult things he's been through, and I just want to squeeze him, and I'm like, I can't, because A, I don't know this guy and it would be creepy, and B, we're in a pandemic and we can't hug anybody. But yeah, anyway, so that's my current obsession of the moment, is just learning more about him. But also the show is really, really good. So yeah, let me know if you've seen it and what you thought of it. But I definitely recommend watching it if you can do. While on the subject of shows, actually, Bridgerton. Great series. I watched it. I have to say I wasn't like overly obsessed with it like some people have been, like really, really loving it. I thought it was a good series. I'll definitely watch the sequel to that, the next episodes that come out. But one of the things I have really noticed is, so I have always called my mum Mama. Like there's several different ways I call my mum, like mum, mummy, mama, maman, ma mère, etc. because my mum speaks French. And but I've noticed now, if I use the word mama out and about, like every now and then I get a comment from somebody like, oh, someone's been watching Bridgerton, and I'm like, no, I've just always called her mama. I don't know, we're kind of posh, I guess, but you know, it's just something I picked up from a young age, because I've always called my mum and my dad various things like dad, papa, dad, papa, daddy, etc. So yeah, but that's a bizarre thing I've noticed recently. Oh, waking up. Bizarre thing I've noticed recently is that I need to go. People have started pointing that out, and I'm like, no, always been this way. It is now 20 to 8. Little one is in bed, and I am enjoying my evening to myself. Still feeling a bit like, I don't know, just on the hunger front. I need to eat, but just not very hungry. So I don't know what I'm going to do for myself this evening. come up with something easy, probably just have pasta. It's nice, easy to cook meal and easy to eat. There's so much going on in the politics world at the moment. The EU, as I film this, has invoked Article 16. If you don't know what that is, go and look it up. I haven't got the competence right now to explain or anything, but it's quite very out of the blue, not something we would have expected. I would have expected of all the places to be incompetent, it to be the UK, not the EU, to be messing things up at the moment, but there you go. I don't have much faith in my own country, but on the vaccine front they've done well and the EU hasn't, and it's just extraordinary for those of us over here watching it happen, because this is a argument that's happened between a company and the European Union. The European Union has decided to make it a political point against the EU. It's just wow. It's quite shocking to be watching and have you. I've been just following it all day because I've not really had much else to do, but I'm sure by the time this video goes up there'll have been stuff resolved and what have you. Anyway, we'll leave it at that. I have gotten another good book by an author I know well, who won't let me down with a sad ending, so I'm not worried about that. I think I might have a nice bath as well, just to kind of soak and relax. As I said earlier, period wise I've been feeling fine, not really bleeding much, just brown, I don't even know if you could call it spotting, to be honest, just like brown discharge again, a bit heavier than that maybe. So I'm hoping it was just a day. I wouldn't even really call it a period, to be honest, just brown spotting, but I figured, as you guys do tend to like my period vlogs and I haven't had an opportunity to film one in ages, that I would do one today. I figured I would, as I said, I would just film it whatever happens. So I think, fingers crossed, this is hopefully it, and as I said, it's not been too bad. So if this is it, you know, as a result of me taking those pills a bit late, so be it, but it really hasn't been the end of the world. I also wanted to kind of touch on some mental health stuff here, because I think I'm going to wrap this video up at this point because there really isn't anything else to talk about. But I've struggled in January. I'm sure most of you are aware that the UK has not done well with their COVID response, and we've had like a huge number of cases recently, and in January it's been really bad, and we've obviously been in a new lockdown. Because the cases were so high, and because of some fostering stuff that was happening with regards to having contact, I basically lost my support bubble. So I've had my parents as my support bubble since pretty much, when was it? So the first lockdown I was with my parents. I wasn't fostering at that point, so it wasn't an issue. Then we came out of that in June, and I think I started fostering again then, and so pretty much since then I've still had my parents as my support bubble. Even when the cases were getting higher, we just kind of became more careful, so my mum would always wear a mask, and I could still go to their house, but they wouldn't touch, you know, or interact with my little one specifically, just as a precaution. However, once it got to January, we had to say, actually, this is really not safe anymore. So whilst I've still been able to go for walks with my mum, like outside, and to see her, I haven't done it with my dad really. Even though he enjoys walks, we just haven't managed to organise it at the right time. So I've not been able to like go to the house or have them come and help me, you know, have my mum watch my little one while I get some work done, you know, not just my own business work, but like work with fostering. You've got like lots of forms to fill in and stuff, and it's just, it's really, really difficult. I'm sure many of you are going through the same thing, like with homeschooling and stuff, but juggling it all, you feel like you're failing at everything, because I just feel like I'm drowning at the moment. So it's been really, really difficult, and I've really struggled with that. Fortunately, that particular scenario that was keeping me from having my bubble has now finished. So I'm in my 10-day wait to just kind of be extra cautious, and that ends on Sunday. So I will be able to go to my parents' house on Sunday, and I honestly can't wait. It's just been so tough. Honestly, like, I didn't expect it to be this difficult, but it's so isolating being on your own with a little one, and not having any support network. And I'm lucky because I have still been able to go and see my mum out and about, but it's not the same. And it's, yeah, really, really challenging. And yeah, so just thought I'd touch on that. Like, I mean, there's things it's restricted me from doing that I didn't expect. Like, my house is a mess. It really is a mess. I've got washing drying out on the line that's been there for like 2 days. I've got some cloth nappies that are all dry in the laundry basket, just need to be put back together, and things need to be it's just chaos in the house, and I haven't got the energy to do it. like, I've got the time technically, but the emotional energy to do it, I've got none. No motivation, nothing, because I'm constantly trying to just keep on top of what needs to be kept on top of. So that has been a real challenge, and every day I think, right, I'm going to do it today, I'm going to set myself a task and be productive today. I just can't be productive, and I hate it. And I've also had an issue the last week or so with some business stuff where there was a connection between the software that I use that takes orders from my website and my accounting software, which just suddenly stopped working on like the 10th of December, and I spotted it towards the end of December, messaged them, and then they came back to me this week saying, oh, you know, we're having too many problems, we're going to cut the connection, you can connect them using this app or this app. Well, before it was free, the connection, and these apps cost money, and neither of them seem to do what I need it to do. So I've blessed my accountant and my bookkeeper, sorry, who's been working on it, but obviously that's going to cost me extra money to pay for her to get on top of it. There is a way we can manually input them, but it takes time and money, as I said. I've got to do my VAT return by the 7th. That requires me to have all this information transferred across, and I'm like, do you know what? Could just really have done without that this month. Really have done without it. It's been a tough month. So there's so many things I've been juggling, and it's just made me feel so like, ugh. But yeah, hopefully next week I'll get my bubble back and I will be able to feel, just have my mum help out a bit, just give me some time to get through some of this work stuff and just breathe. It feels like I can't breathe. So I just thought I'd share that's how I'm feeling. So if any of you are going through the same thing, you know, solidarity. It is tough. And we're all struggling with various different things at the moment. It's not a normal time. I'm so lucky and glad that I was able to have my vaccine back over a week ago now. Still won't have any immunity to it yet, so obviously I'm still being careful. But yeah, it's just, and hearing my dad's going to get it too, it's just a relief to see things are moving forwards in that respect at least. But it's just, it's hard at the moment. It's hard to focus on the positive things. I'm usually a very positive person, and this has drained me this month. I'm so ready for it to be done. So ready for it to be done. But anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this little mini period vlog that wasn't very periody, but like I said, barely any blood. But I thought I'd just film it whilst I could do, because I know a lot of you have enjoyed these. So hopefully you've enjoyed at least hearing my thoughts throughout the day and all that sort of stuff. And I will see you soon with another video. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Do please subscribe. And I do still sell cloth pads, by the way, and wet bags from my website, and I will keep the link down below. Because even though the issue with the accounting software and stuff is playing up, the actual orders are still fine. They're still shipping out as normal all over the world. So yeah, just thought I'd let you know about that. Okay, guys, thanks so much. I will see you soon.